obviously there's something that's going on in the podcasting space, huge with Joe Budden and his
Yeah.
people. You heard about that. He fired, like, basically he fired empty chairs, but that's what he did,
Yeah, that
literally. He, like, fired, Maul and Rory, they were gone. So he was just like, I'm
yeah.
firing you, like, to empty chairs, so, but,
Yeah, no, that his thing, that situation with the podcast, it's going all over the place right now. He's got different problems, and I think he canceled the show, and I think he's going to bring it back now again, but it didn't go well.
no,
This last 2 weeks for Joe has been a tough 2 weeks. He's
yeah.
had like allegations against him,
Oh my
and
goodness,
then
man. Come on.
he had the Rory and Mal push back on this thing, and then like it was a mess. It was an
It's
absolute mess. And then he apologized.
and then to then walk it back by apologizing. So that's
I can't believe he walked it back. That is insane to me. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
you gotta ride or die with your decision.
yeah.
If this is what you feel like, this is what you feel. But don't the way he walked it back, I was like, oh, come on, Joe. Like, no,
He walked it
that didn't look
back.
good.
He went on
That didn't
social
look good,
media.
man.
He walked it back. He was like, I apologize if I did anything
Yeah.
wrong. Now they're saying, the whole Patreon deal, maybe, it wasn't really a deal. Anyone can sign up for Patreon, right?
Yeah.
He was, they
He
were
was
saying he
doing
had
stuff behind the scenes though with the
right,
company. I think
right.
so like it benefited him mostly.
I,
But
I think that's over too. You can't just, the thing about it, man, is this, you can't just screw up your bags like that just because
oh,
you don't know how to control yourself, right?
over a weekend he screwed up all of his bags.
All of his bags, dude.
over a weekend. Because I think that if he was still cool with them, he probably could have smoothed over the other stuff. But
Right.
he burnt everything down. All the bridges are burnt down. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen next. But I mean, this is all self-inflicted on his part.
Yeah.
I don't know where he goes from here.
And the other thing is,
go ahead.
so I was going to say, the other thing is, I can't see him doing a podcast by himself. He needs like hosts to help him out there because he's just not that engaging by himself, He needs sort of a push and pull with people around him,
He bounces stuff off people. But like, I'll say this though. I personally believe Rory and Mal are interchangeable. And a lot of people disagree with me and they let me have it with it. But I was like, I've listened to his podcast from the early days when he first started making them. And I've seen over the years how it grew into what it became.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's his show. He's the star of the show, and he bounces ideas off of these other guys.
Right.
And they say they're two-piece, but he does the majority of the talking. So if you look at it from that standpoint, it's sure they're part of this bigger thing, but he can just gather two other people and put them in the room. Like, I saw a show without Rory and Mal, and it went fine.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel like it was diminished because they weren't there. It was still fine.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be his co-host? I mean, people just, anyone to tell you, like, you may not want to, deal with Joe when it comes to sort of like, just business and things of that nature, I mean,
he's had that reputation from Slaughterhouse days when he was Eminem and those guys. Like he's had a difficult to work with reputation for a long time.
Yeah.
Even back in his Def Jam days. So like I don't think that anything's gonna be like, oh, I can't believe Joe's like this. Like, that's not like he's on the podcast. Like everybody knows this is how he is. So he's had part with the Joel Ortiz and these guys. They had issues with him.
Yeah.
But it's not. I don't know.
It's not good. Man.
I can't say. I've never met him, so I don't know him personally, and I don't. Yeah, so I can't say for certain if he's not a good person to work with or whatever. But his energy he gives off is kind of a loner and doing his own thing, and
it's not good, man. It's listen.